All right, bear with us 1 second. Let's check the feed real quick. All right, we live.
Yeah, we good.
We live. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, Shalom. All right, we the brothers of Great Millstone, Charlotte, back at you with another live lesson through the Holy Spirit, Rakakwadash. All right, and before we get started, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Rakakwadash. Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. And double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers.
Shalom.
And shalom to the elect. All right. We're going to get into this thing. Priest, you can set it off through spirit.
Con. Yeah, man. Pretty much we just want to, continue to add on in the spirit on how this guy Nate from IUIC is clearly going off in the scriptures, man. Hey, as you've been seeing from the elders, apostles, and different brothers on down, all right, Nate is pushing forth false doctrine, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And before we even go into this, I'm going to bring this out real quick. This is the book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision. And this is why we constantly have to do these videos, like it tells you what in Romans, the mark them that cause division. All right, putting the scopeo on these people that's clearly going off. Okay, because this is a major Israelite leader. IUIC is a highly known, camp in the world. So all eyes be on this dude. So when he goes off, man, it's a big deal because you got a lot of people that watch this and believe every word this man says, man. So we have to correct him when he goes off. So verse 11, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not, for filthy lucre's sake, man. And this guy has clearly sold out, man. Because he's teaching things that obviously he was not taught. Because this man, at one point, all right, I believe he was taught by Apostle Hari. I know he was in One West with him, man. Him, Apostle Gabar, all right, Apostle Rakah. So this guy knows the doctrine, but as you've been seeing over the years, this man has been, remixing, all right, more than anything, man. All right, all these different, false doctrine he's been putting out as of late. Show this man clearly took the bag, man. All right, so his mouth. Sorry, go ahead.
No, and I want to add on to not to cut you off, and that's what happens when you sell out. His brothers been going into the amount of lessons that they've been bringing out, man, the mountain of lessons, concerning this character here. All right, this is what happens when you sell out. You have to trim the gospel. You have to pervert the gospel. This is what 150 million will do.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? When you take them bribes, right? When you take that Judas purse, so to speak, the word becomes corrupted. I want to just bring this out real quick and let you go back to that. This is First John 4:1, and it reads, it says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of Yahweh Shema Shai, because many false prophets are gone out into the world." So this is a warning, man.
Yep.
Right, and like you said, as you quoted Romans 16, mark them that cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine. And right now we're in the time of what, as the scriptures say, you got to try the spirits. You got to examine them closely. All right. You got to pay attention to what's being said, because ultimately this is the scriptures tell us also in Isaiah, was it the 8th chapter? If they speak not according to this word, there is no light in them. All right. And through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shema Shai, we've been seeing a lot of heavy oil leaks lately, man. All right, Jake just losing his mind, just bugging out, all types of wayward doctrines coming out in these last days to deceive many. So we are in the time of these false prophets really, bringing forth great deception, man. So you got to have the spirit working with you, man. You got it, priest.
Yeah. So like we were saying, man, all right, this man has been, clearly going off, and what you're about to hear is one of the many doctrines that this dude has been trying to, push lately, man. So in a nutshell, before we actually play it, we're just going to, pretty much speak on how this man is trying to say that Esau, after the 1,000 years, what it tells you in Revelation 20, verse 4 and 5, on down, it pretty much he's trying to say that in the kingdom of heaven, that after 1,000 years, that Esau is going to be loosed, and him and the other nations are going to stage a coup and take out the children of Israel from the kingdom of heaven, man. All right, they're going to take us down, man, which is totally off according to the scriptures, man. That's not prophecy, man. The scriptures clearly tell you that when the kingdom of Israel, the kingdom of heaven is established on the planet, that's going to be a kingdom that's ruled forever under Yahushua, man, who the elect will be joint heirs with, man. So if you take down the Israelites, that means that you're going to overtake Yahushua, which is completely and utterly false, man.
Right. Like how are the nations going to take? How are the nations going to take down basically a intergalactic government that's going to be set up on the earth, man? All right. This is a government that's going to be ruled by, supernatural beings, man, the elect.
Exactly.
All right. So everything that he's saying, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't ultimately it doesn't jive with the scriptures, man. And this is what we're going to point out in this lesson, man. All right. The guy like the elder Ariella went into his lesson. All right. This guy has definitely taken that bag, man. All right. Clearly. You got it, priest.
Con, you go ahead, play it.
All right, let's get into it then. All right.
Revelation 20, and we're going to start at verse. Let me look at it first, Jerry. I want 7, but I might want to hear 4. Let me hear 4.
Revelation chapter 20 and verse 4.
I want y'all to listen good.
And
now this goes between Ezekiel 37 and 38. Okay.
And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Jesus.
I saw the souls of them that was beheaded for the witness of Jesus. Go ahead. That's the apostles in them. Go ahead.
And for the word of God, and which had not worshipped the beast nor his image.
Now that's the rest of us today. And which have not worshipped the beast, what?
Neither his image.
Or his image. That's the image of the beast. Like Jesus. Go ahead. And all that pertains to that. Come on.
Neither have received his mark upon their forehead.
He going off right there.
Right. And we're going to let him finish, and we're going to go back through this verse.
His policies, go ahead.
Or in their hand.
And we didn't struggle with it. We didn't take part in it. Go ahead.
And they lived and reigned with Christ 1,000 years.
We lived and reigned with Christ 1,000 years. I'm going to say something now. Beware of these dumb Israelite camps that say we lived and reigned with Christ during the dark ages.
Who's saying that? All right. Nobody at Great Millstone. Nobody at Great Millstone is teaching that. So where is he getting that from?
Right.
You see, nobody's ever taught that the Israelites was reigning with Yahushua 1,000 years during the dark ages, man. Nobody's taught that. All right.
Was our people righteous during the dark ages? Hell no, we was wicked as hell. So you mean to tell me Christ was sitting with us? We was reigning with him during the dark ages when we was worshiping Mary, worshiping idols? Are you crazy? Huh?
All right. So anyway, let's go back through that. All right, let's read that. All right, because he's going off. We don't know where he got that from. But anyway, let's read that verse. Let's break it down.
Con. This is Revelation chapter 20, verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And
right. So this is dealing with the elect. This is dealing with the elect right here, having dominion over the planet Earth. All right, having the judgment. Matter of fact, go to Matthew chapter 19 and read
27,
verse 27 and 28. Let's get that, because it said, what did it say? And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. Who is that? That's the elect. They were given judgment, the power, dominion. Let's prove that.
This is Matthew chapter 19, verse 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto them, Verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall also sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right. So this is the prophecy. Those that have followed Yahweh Shai in the regeneration and the reincarnation, it says, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory. What is that? The kingdom of heaven. All right. Which the kingdom of heaven is the government that's going to be established on the earth, where the heathen, all right, are going to be under our subjection. We're going to rule over them. All right. So it says, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Right. So the elect is going to be the governing body over the Israelites. Okay.
That's right.
That's the government that's going to be set up. Right. And can I add one more? Oh, yeah. Precept. Go ahead.
Yeah, probably the same one. This is Romans 8:16. It says the Spirit also, it's like the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And just, adding to what the elder just said, man, because hey, the elect ultimately is going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, man. All right, because the kingdom that's going to be established once Babylon the Great is destroyed, we know is the kingdom of heaven, which the scriptures tell you that this is going to be Yahweh Shai's kingdom that he's going to establish. But he said he's going to share his kingdom with the Israelites, starting with the elect, man. All right, so the elect will be that governing body in the kingdom of heaven, because ultimately all Israel will be in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, you'll be kings, but the elect is that governing body, man. Okay,
right.
So we're joined with Yahweh Shai in that rulership that's going to take place in that time.
Yep, that's the dominion, and that's the elect sitting on thrones. Judgment was given unto them, as we read in Revelation 20:4. All right, those joint heirs that are going to rule, that are going to co-rule with Yahweh Shai, man. Right. All right. Let me add one more before we go back. Go to Psalms 122, verse 5. Because this is what it means where John the Revelator, where he said, I saw thrones and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. Right? That was the reward that they received, as we're going to read into. Go ahead.
Psalm 122 and verse 5. For there are set thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David.
Ooh, see, there are set thrones of judgments, even the thrones of the house of David, the elect. Any more?
That was the point.
That was the point. So yeah, that's the house of David. That's the governing body that's going to be set up on the earth in the time of the kingdom of heaven. All right. So let's go back and read. Wanted to make that point. Let's.
I could read two more verses because it's still relevant to the topic. Verse 6. You got it. Psalms 122 and 6. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. Peace be within thy walls and prosperity within thy palaces. Because at the end of the day, man, the Lord is promising peace in the kingdom of heaven, man. Because we know it tells you in Isaiah chapter 2 and Micah 4, it says that hey, the nations will learn war no more, man. Which means what? It's going to be peace on the earth. So it's going to be peace in the kingdom of heaven for the Israelites, man. So there's nobody's going to be able to stage no coup and overtake us, man. All right, we're going to have a kingdom that's going to last forever.
Yeah, there's not going to be a rebellion of Esau after the 1,000 years are completed, and they're going to set up a coup and come against us. That's total madness. Let me add on to that too before we go back to the precept. This is the book of Deuteronomy. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 33. All right. This is Deuteronomy chapter 33 in verse 28. I'll start at 27. Deuteronomy 33 and verse 27. The eternal power is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. And he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, destroy them. All right. These nations are going to be destroyed, man. It says, verse 28, my point. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. All right. So we're going to dwell in the kingdom of heaven. We're going to dwell in safety alone, man, because we're going to be the ones that's in power forever. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his heavens shall drop down the dew, because we're going to fully relish in the splendor of the kingdom of heaven. We're going to actually, you know, partake of the fruits of the kingdom, man. We're actually gonna have rest. We're gonna live, man. Is the point? Okay. So anyway, let's go back to that Revelation 20. Unless you had anything you wanted to add in there.
Nah, it can wait. Revelation 20:4.
Yep.
And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands.
Right. So this is not talking about no goddamn fake white man Jesus, man.
Right.
All right. This is them. These are the martyrs. All right, for Yahushua, man. Those that didn't submit to this beast system that's coming to pass. The image of the beast that's speaking this man's modernized technocrat Roman Empire system, man. How he's coming with what? The C-hip. All right. He's coming with these technological advancements, nanotech. He's coming with the smart cities, you know, everything that ties into this beast system, man. All right. The getting rid of the cash. You see what I'm saying? The what's it called? The social credit scores, all these different things that tie in to this digital system of enslavement, man. Right. So those that don't take part of that system that's coming to pass, right? You may be faced with death, right? So let's read on. Salakia, go ahead.
I had a quick one, Baba Gashar. This is
you got it.
Revelation 3:10. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." Because as you were saying in the latter part of this verse, where it said that I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. Because at the end of the day, man, we know that it's a possibility that we might get our heads cut off for resisting to take that mark, man, and bowing the knee to the image of the beast, man. So those guillotines that are set up, okay, that's for the members of the elect. The Lord is going to have be martyrs for resisting that chip, man. You know,
right?
But the reward is going to be with them that that go through that, because they withstood, all right, this world until the end. They strove for the truth until death, man, and they're going to be rewarded, with that seat in that governing body when we finally get the kingdom of heaven, man.
Con. So read that part again. I saw the souls of them all the way down.
Yep. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of Yahweh, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. So
Apostle John saw the things that are getting ready to happen now in these coming times, man. Those that resist that beast system, that C-hip, this is what he saw. And here's the reward. Read on.
It says, and they lived and reigned with Hamashiach 1,000 years.
Yeah. So it's gonna take 1,000 years to bring the earth back to perfection. All right. And within that 1,000 years, all right, it's going to be a rebuilding process, because you got to understand, like what me and Priest were talking about earlier, right? When people think about heaven, right, they think about all of humanity, dwelling upon earth in harmony. Like everybody's just going to be in the kingdom of heaven holding hands. No, the king, this 1,000 years period, this 1,000 years period, this period is going to involve the rebuilding of the earth. All right. The tabernacle of David being set up, that eternal government that's going to put order back on the earth, man.
Yep.
Okay. And with that period of time, these nations are going to be under our subjection. They're going to be our tributaries, man.
Yep.
You see, we're going to have them in total slavery. So, because remember, heaven goes back to what? A condition. It's going to be rulership. Heaven is just rulership. Right now, we're in the midst of Esau's heaven. You see what I'm saying? But when he's taken down, when he falls, then it's going to be our heaven. It's going to be our rulership. You see what I'm saying? Well, we're gonna, because you got to think about it. The rebuilding of the earth is going to happen after, because this is dealing with, the post-destruction. So after the elect come down out of the chairs with those new bodies, they're going to purge out the rebels. They're going to establish order on the earth. Remember, those fishers are going to be turned into hunters. The law, statute, commandments are going to be the standard in the earth at that time. See, you got it, priest.
And also, too, the scriptures tell you it's going to be continual employment, because the first job that you Edomites going to have to do is clean up them bodies that's going to be spread around on the ground, you know, after Yahweh Shah is done judging the world, man, because the scriptures tell you the Lord is going to send out his angels to pluck out all that offend, and a good chunk of the world is offensive to Yahweh Shah, which is why, like I said, it's going, that 1,000-year period is going to be cleaning up the earth, man, because it's a lot of things that the Lord has to get rid of, all right, as the kingdom of heaven is being rebuilt, man, you know.
Yep.
So I have 2 precepts. First one, this is Revelation chapter 2, verse 26. It says, I started 25. It says, but that which ye have already hold fast till I come, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations. Yep. All right, so it says, unto them that overcometh, man, those that get the victory, the Lord is going to give power, all right, to put you nations into slavery, specifically you Edomites, man. Okay, that power that we're going to be given is, number one, we always talk about the spiritual power, but really that power, you know, is that rulership, that dominion over you nations, man, because you go back into Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1, the very first thing that it says in the blessings is to have a dominion over the nations, man, you know? Yep. And that goes into power when you look up that word dominion in that verse. It says, verse 27. You got it, bro. Slocky.
No, I just want to say that power that's coming is part of establishing order on the earth. You see what I'm saying? That power is establishing the order of the law, statute, commandments back in the earth, man. As I said, that's what's going to be the new standard in the earth. The righteous ways of Yahweh Shema Shah. Can I add on real quick, Salakia? Let me add on real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
Like it tells you Isaiah, and that's what Isaiah 26:9. Okay. So 1,000 years, we ain't gonna be doing nothing, right? While Esau is, you know, staging a coup to come against us with the nations, we just gonna be chilling, right? This is Isaiah 26:9. It says, with my soul have I desired thee in the night, yea, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early, for when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness. You see? So when the Lord's judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the whole world are going to learn righteousness, because that's what's going to be the standard. That's what's going to be pushed. All right. That's why, hey, as we read, we'll get that scripture in a second, but all nations that won't serve us, they're going to be destroyed and utterly perish.
That's right.
You know, we'll get that in a second, but we want to play some more. But go ahead, get some more of that precept, Salakia.
Kind, you good. Back in Revelation 2:26, it says, and he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my father. So that rod of iron is pretty much what we're going to use to beat you nations into subjection, man. So I quoted Deuteronomy 28. I'm going to get it real quick and then go on to that word I was talking about. So this is Deuteronomy 28:1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the word of the Lord thy power, to observe and to all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy power will set thee on high above all the nations on the earth. All right. So when you go into set thee on high, all right, it's H54:13, which is Nathan. It says to give, to put, to set. It says sorry, that's not the right word. Let's see, it's on high. Yeah, right. So to be on high, it says H59:45. It says to of rulers, either of monarchs, angel princes. But I think it was another word that pretty much meant power. But pretty much we're gonna have rulership over the nations, man. You know.
Okay. Yep.
You got it.
All right. So let's Right. Exactly. So let's play on. All right. So we have the understanding about. And they lived and reigned with Yahweh Shai for 1,000 years. All right. Nobody taught that, we was going to reign with Yahweh Shai for 1,000 years during the Dark Ages. What is he talking about? All right. He pulled that one out his ass.
Read it again, that bottom part.
And they lived and reigned with Christ 1,000 years.
Verse 5.
But the rest of the dead lived not again until the 1,000 years were finished. This is the first resurrection.
Here's another thing. Beware of dumb Israelite camps that say, oh, you can sin. It don't matter what kind of sin you in. You coming back as a baby in the kingdom of heaven. So if you're a child molester, a homosexual, an adulterer, drug addict, drug user, drug abuser, it doesn't matter. You'll die and come back as a baby in the kingdom of heaven. Read verse 5 again. Listen what the Bible says.
So how are the rest of Israel going to come back? They're just going to be dead. They're just going to be dead and gone forever. 2/3. So basically 2/3 are going to be destroyed, and then that's it. They're not going to come back. Right? What about the scripture say that all Israel should be saved? Right?
I was gonna say, you gotta remember, IUIC teaches that there's a hell, so I guess 2/3 gonna be in the eternal fire burning.
That's true. Right. Yeah, I guess they're gonna be burning forever, right? Damn.
Yeah, 2/3 they gonna burn in hell, but Esau gonna get clemency after 1,000 years. What kind of sense that makes?
Man, hey, you know what? Let's deal with that. So let's read verse 5. Let's read there.
Kind. Revelation 20:5, but the rest of the dead live not again until that 1,000 years were finished.
Now stop right there. Mm-hmm. So it says, but the rest of the dead, all right, who the dead represent the heathen.
That's right.
Okay, that's the heathen nations. To prove that, go to Isaiah 14:9.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 9. It says, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Read that again.
Isaiah 14:9. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Mm-hmm. Destruction is being prepared for Esau.
That's
all right. His downfall. Go ahead.
It stirreth up the dead for thee.
It stirreth up the dead for thee. Right. The heathen nations. Go ahead.
Even all the chief ones of the earth, it has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations.
Yeah. See, the dead, the chief ones of the earth, the kings of the nations. Right now, we're living in that time of prophecy where the Lord is rallying up the dead, the kings of the earth, for what? For this war, this final world war, World War III. He said he stirreth up the dead for thee. See, the chief of the nations, the kings, that's the dead, the heathen nations, right? So going back to Revelation 20:5, it says, but the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years are finished, right? Because they're going to be under the slavery of the Israelites. You see what I'm saying? They're going to be tributaries. They're going to be slaves, right? It says, but the rest of the dead live not again until the 1,000 years are finished, right? Because after that 1,000 years is finished, then these nations are going to get their prospective lands back, but they're still going to be tributaries under the Israelites. See?
Can I get that for you?
You got it.
Psalms 149:6. Let the high praises of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand, to execute vengeance upon the heathen and punishments upon the people, to bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
there you go.
Just adding to the point, because like you said, man, the nations, all right, they're going to be in subjection under Israel, man. All right, we're going to use that rod of iron to beat you nations into subjection, man. Because that 1,000-year period is also going to be, pretty much teaching them on how to keep the laws, man. Because they're not going to be perfect. They're going to have to abide by the laws, but the laws are not going to be inside their hearts. So they're going to go off, man, and we're going to be right there to judge them when they go off, man.
Yeah, as we just read Isaiah 26:9, when thy laws are in the earth, the world will learn righteousness.
That's right.
You see, I got one more. All right, just dealing with the dead not living after that 1,000 years was complete. This is Daniel chapter 7 and verse 13, and it reads, I'm sorry, Daniel 7 and 12, and it reads, as concerning the rest of the beast, because we know that the beast represent nations, right? It says concerning the rest of the beast, they had their dominion taken away, right? All these nations were taken down and put into slavery. It says, yet their lives were prolonged for a season and time. So these nations are going to go into slavery pretty much until that 1,000 years is fulfilled. They're going to get their lands back, but they're still going to be tributaries under Israel. Because remember, once Israel is established in the kingdom of heaven, that rulership is forever. All right, that's an everlasting dominion that shall not be diminished, as the scriptures say. You see, so there you go. So let's you have something up?
Yeah, because I was gonna just continue to add on to that point. There ain't gonna be no coup being staged, man, because these nations they're gonna fear us, man. All right, and plus, what they're gonna stage a coup with? Because we're gonna do all the weapons, man. This is Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 8. It says, "Behold, it is come, and it is done, save the Lord Yahweh by Shema Shah. This is the day whereof I have spoken. And they that dwell in the cities of Israel shall go forth and set on fire and burn the weapons, both the shields and the bucklers, the bows and the arrows, and the handstaves and the spears, and they shall burn them with fire 7 years. So they shall take no wood out of the field, neither cut down any of the forest, for they shall burn the weapons with fire, and they shall spoil those that spoil them, and rob those that rob them, save the Lord." Okay, so we're gonna take away all the weapons of the heathen, man. Because just to get another precept, Isaiah chapter 2, and I'm gonna just read it from the top. It says the word of Isaiah the son of Amos saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established on the top of all mountains. And as we've been going into, that mountain is talking about the governing body of Israel, which is going to pretty much govern the whole earth, man. All right, we're going to establish the Lord's laws, amongst the whole world, like how Esau has put his ways on everybody, man.
Right.
It says, "And shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow into it, and many people shall go and say, Come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem." So right here, it's saying that the nations are actually going to seek us out to learn of the ways, not to fight against us, man. So what are you talking about, man? Because at the end of the day, the heathen are going to fear, all right, Israel, man. Because just like when you read about when the story with Rahab the harlot in the book of Judges, I believe, where it said that Joshua, and she was saying that when the heathen heard of what happened with the Egyptians, it said that they were fearful. It said their hearts melted, all right, when they thought about the Israelites, man. And the scriptures tell you that this deliverance out of New Egypt or the North Country is going to be a greater deliverance where Egypt's not even going to be thought about anymore, man. So how much more afraid they're going to be, man?
Exactly.
So
exactly that fear of reverence is coming back.
Yeah, on a whole new level, man. All right, there ain't gonna be no type of thoughts against the Israelites in that day, man. Verse 4: "And he shall judge among the nations, and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords in the plowshares, and their spears in the pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore." So it's not going to be any more war in that time. And another thing I want to add too, to prove to you that these nations are not going to rebel, because they're going to see the benefits of the kingdom of Israel ruling the kingdom of heaven, man. The earth is going to be made better, man. It's not going to be like how Esau is, where everybody's is cutthroat, man, because resources are skimmed. No, man. Hey, they're going to see the world is going to be a better place with the Israelites ruling, man. Like it tells you, what's that?
Exactly.
Proverbs 29:2.
Yep.
Yeah. When the righteous are in authority. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, get that real quick, because that's what's coming in effect. We're in a time of what of the wicked ruling, but when the righteous get back in power, go ahead, Out.
Yeah, Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
You see, when the righteous are in authority, people rejoice. Like Priest was saying, the whole world is going to see the benefit of the Israelites being put back in power. Go ahead.
But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
Yeah, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. This is why the earth is in the condition of death. Isaiah 24. The earth is languishing. The people are mourning. The people are languishing. You see what I'm saying? Because of the inhabitants of the earth didn't keep the ways of the Lord. This is why the earth is in the state of death and destruction.
That's right.
Right. This is why, pursuing the Romans, the 8th chapter, you know, all of the Lord's creation is waiting for the sons of God to be reestablished as the rightful rulers of the planet. Roughly paraphrasing, you know. So let's go back to it. Let's finish some more. You have some more out?
I was going to say, you know, that right there is proof that the nations are not going to rebel, because they're going to be in a good case, man. Yeah, they're going to get their ass kicked for 1,000 years, but like we said, man, that just, you know, pretty much beat all them bad customs out of them. You know, no more eating the rats, no more, you know, whatever the filthy custom that these heathen do, man. They're going to know after them 1,000 years what to do and what not to do, man. You know,
right. The elect are going to be those hunters and purge out the rebels. You know,
exactly.
So let's get back some more into it.
Yep.
But the rest of the dead live not again.
No, they came back as a baby, Yuri.
Live not again.
He came back as a baby, Yuri.
Lived not again.
Until when?
Until the 1,000 years were finished.
Until the 1,000 years were finished. Y'all see that? Go ahead.
This is the first resurrection.
Now, just keep reading. Just keep reading.
Blessed. In the first resurrection, matter of fact, let's keep going, Salakia.
And holy is he that has part in the first resurrection.
That's when Christ returns. We all want part of that first resurrection. Go ahead.
On such, the second death hath no power.
That's when Christ judges the whole planet, all generations, all souls, all spirits.
Now, look, that first resurrection going into what? The salvation of the elect. Okay. Hold Micah 4:8, because it says, blessed and holy is he that have part of the first resurrection, right? The first go around, the elect getting beamed up from the destruction that make it out of there. It says, on such the second death have no power, right? So those that make it from the nuclear destruction. Blessed is he that take part of the first resurrection. We want to make it on the first go around out of here, man. You see? Give me that in Micah 4:8 real quick.
This is Micah chapter 4, verse 8. And thou, O tower of the flock, the stronghold of the daughter of Zion, unto thee,
which is the prophets.
That's right. Unto thee shall it come, even the first dominion. The kingdom shall come. I said
even the first dominion.
Time. It says the kingdom shall come to the daughter of Jerusalem.
Yeah, so the point is the first dominion, man, partaking in that first dominion, first resurrection, man, being delivered from the nuclear destruction. All right. On such the second death have no power. Right. Reading on, it says, but they shall be priests of Yahweh and Yahushai, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. You see that? So we're gonna reign. We're gonna reign with Yahushai for that 1,000 years of what? Of the government being set back up, the kingdom of heaven, establishing order, cleaning up the earth. All right, putting the heathen under our feet, purging out the rebels. All right, setting the earth back in its proper order. You see? Because we're gonna live forever. It's not just 1,000 years. We're gonna live forever. But this 1,000 years is what's going to take the earth to be put back to pretty much paradise, so to speak, to set order forth throughout the planet.
That's
See?
Right.
So let's play on.
You
got it. Go ahead.
Obadiah chapter 1, verse 21. And saviors shall come up upon saviors shall come up on Mount Zion to judge the mount of Esau, and the kingdom shall be the Lord's. Now, when you read it in the NLT, it says, those who have been rescued will go up to Mount Zion and Jerusalem to rule over the mountains of Edom, and the Lord himself will be king. So the elect is going to be, the elect is known as the saviors, because the elect is the ones that truly care about the well-being of the planet, man. All right, we care about life. Okay, so like you've been saying, all right, when we get the rulership back, all right, we are going to pretty much, clean up the earth and establish righteousness in the earth so that everything can be flourishing again, man.
God.
And this is going to be under Yahweh Shah's rule, which the elect will be joint heirs with.
God. That's the importance of the elect being put back in power. All right, so let's go on.
Go ahead.
But they shall be priests of God.
Those of us that take part in the first resurrection shall be priests of God
and of Christ, and shall reign with him 1,000 years.
How long are we going to reign with him?
1,000 years.
Come on.
And when the 1,000 years are expired.
Now this goes back to what we read in Isaiah 24. And when the 1,000 years.
And see, in this chapter jumps around. See, this is the thing that he doesn't get. He gets it. But this chapter jumps around. This is talking about a whole different point here, and we'll go through it.
Are expired. Go ahead.
Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
Oh, wait a minute. Go back to Isaiah 24. I just want you to see it.
Right now, let's go through that. Let's read that out.
Yep.
He's gonna bring Isaiah 24 and just mangle the breakdown, and it don't work. Go ahead.
Revelation 26.
Yeah, Revelation 20. You can read 6 or down to 7.
Okay. Revelation 26. Blessed and holy is he that have part in the first resurrection. On such the second death have no power. But
yeah, the nuclear destruction. Go ahead.
But they shall be priests of Yahweh and of Yahweh Shai, and shall reign with him 1,000 years. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
Yeah, so it says when the 1,000 years are expired. So this is going back. So it's actually relating back to verse 3. All right, where it goes into, I'll read it. It says, Revelation 20 and verse 3, it says, and cast him to the bottomless pit, which is Europe. All right, because Europe has no natural resources, right? It says, and shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, right? Because you had the fall of the Western Roman Empire, right? And it says that he should deceive the nations no more. And it says, till the 1,000 years be fulfilled, and after that he must be loosed a little season. So going into the time when the Western Roman Empire failed, and you had the establishment of the Holy Roman Empire, known as the Byzantine Empire, where you had Jake, all right, ruling the Dark Ages for 1,000 years. Then when that 1,000 years was fulfilled, it said that Satan must be loose for a little season. So this is going back to the time of the Renaissance period, all right, the mid 1300s, all right, which that word Renaissance goes back to rebirth. This is back when the so-called white men got back in power. Okay, from that period of time, from the mid 1300s all the way to this point now we're living in. All right, this is that little season that Satan has been loosed. So this is what it's talking about. So back in verse 7, and when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loose out of his prison, which we're in that time now. All right, the Renaissance period, 1300s on up. It says, and shall go out and deceive the nations. And how did Esau do that? He went out and deceived the nations by saying that he was the Christian. He said he was the chosen. He called himself the JEW. He pushed out all of this witchcraft and sorcery and wines and philosophies, the idolatry that he's pushed. Okay, this is how he's deceived the nations, the technology, right? It says, which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle. So we're at that point now where Gog and Magog, okay, which represents Russia, all right, they're getting ready to go to this final battle of what? Of Armageddon, World War III. We're in that time now. Okay, the prophecy is Ezekiel 38, as I went into the lesson yesterday, right? The prophecies of Ezekiel 38, these are happening now. Those times are now, man.
That's right.
Right? Where it says the number of whom is the sand of the sea. Now watch him mingle this shit, right? Let's play it.
Isaiah 24, the second to last verse.
And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit. It shall be shut up in the prison And after many days
is how long, brothers? 1,000 years.
shall they be visited.
Now let's go back to Revelation 20.
Let's say where he get that number from.
Right.
And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
The white man that we lock up in the Caucasus Mountains again, we're going to let them loose. They're going to be loose after 1,000 years. Go ahead.
And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea.
Now, let me tell you something about verse 8. In verse 8, there's time in there. In order for Gog and Magog to gather together the nations against God's people, that takes time. It does not take a day. It does not take a year. Because not only do you got to gather nations, you also need what to come up against us? Weapons. Because remember, when we rule, if y'all remember, in Isaiah 2, what did we do? Nation learned what? War no more. We made them beat their swords into plowshares. So for 1,000 years, there's no war on the earth. Now we loose this white man. Gog and Magog go out to gather together the nations. Time is in there. And it does not say how long it takes. Read verse 8 again.
And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea.
Read.
And they went up on the breadth of the earth.
And what they do?
And compassed the camp of the saints about.
So remember, Isaiah 2 again. The mountain of the Lord shall be exalted above all mountains and all hills. You got to look up at it. So they're going to say, you know what? We can defeat them.
Cap. Calling Cap on that.
Yo, where's he getting this from, man?
That's Cap. That's complete Cap, man. Yo.
Hey, this guy took the bad. He clearly took the bad, man. That's crazy. Let's read verse 9 now. We'll read that.
Lucky. I gotta speak on that, bro. Because he this to show that, man. Because the nation is gonna know in that day not to fuck with us, bro.
Exactly.
This is proof. They know that shit now, man. All right. This is Judas chapter 5, verse 17. It says, "And while they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hated iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their power was cast to the ground, and their cities were taken by the enemies." All right. So the heathen know what, how to take us down, man. So in the times that we got, that we're in right now, man, they know that if we keep them in sin, that, hey, we have a chance to get them. So it says, "But now they return to their God and are come up from the places where they were scattered." It says, "And have possessed Jerusalem." Now, mind you, this is what is it, the Babylonian, I think the captivity, or no, sorry, the Assyrian captivity. All right. So this is back then. All right. It says, and have possessed Jerusalem where the sanctuary is, and is seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. It says, "Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them." All right. So they know, okay, if they see us in sin, that they have an opportunity to come take us down, because the Lord is going to take the heads from us, right? It says, "But if there be no iniquity in their nation," key point, it says, "If there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their power be for them, and we become a reproach for all the world." So after Yahushua returns, and we're given the kingdom of heaven, does the scriptures not say that we're going to be made perfect? Right. We're never going to sin again. So we're never going to sin again. The counsel that this Ammonite was trying to give, he said, if there be no more iniquity in their nation, lest the Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their power be for them, and we become a reproach for all the world. So they know that if the Lord is with us, they can't do nothing with us. So where is he talking about? What mindset is that going to set in, knowing that he doesn't have zero chance the Lord's going to be with us if we're perfect in that day, man?
Exactly. We're already going to be in the second covenant, man. All right. We're already going to have those spiritual bodies. Remember, the rest of the world are going to be mortals, man. We're going to be immortals. You see what I'm saying? So it would be foolish to even come against us. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't make sense. What is he talking about, man?
Couple more for you. This is Zechariah 12:8. And it shall be, in that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them shall be in that day as David, and the house of David shall be as God, and the angel of the Lord before them. So like, just backing up what you just said, man. Hey, we're gonna be gods on the earth, man. It said the most feeble of us will be as David, King David, man. You know how you read about what King David was doing to Esau back then.
Right.
It says that the whole nation is gonna be like unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. So we're literally gonna be like many gods on the planet, man. So how are these nations even going to think to even have the idea to try to come up against us when they know, like you just said, they're going to be mortals. They have the ability to die, but we're going to be gods, which means that we're going to be immortal, which means we can't die, man. We're not going to feel pain, because it tells you in Revelation 21, the Lord said he's going to wipe away all tears, man. There's not going to be any more pain found in the nation of Israel in that day, man. So what are you talking about, man? What'd you say, bro?
This is going to be no more death, as scripture said.
Exactly, man. And then last one, going into this early, because as it says, the Lord, the angels of the Lord are going to be protecting us as well. This is Isaiah chapter 4, verse 5. And the Lord will create upon every dwelling place in the Mount Zion, and upon her assemblies a cloud and a smoke by day, and the shining of a flaming fire by night. For upon all the glory shall be a defense, and there shall be a tabernacle for a shadow in the day time from the heat. It's like in the daytime from the heat, and a place of refuge, and for a covert from the storm and from rain. So it said that all Israelites will have a chariot above them, man. So how in the hell you think they're gonna come against us? Not only are we gonna be immortal, we're gonna have each and every one of them gonna have chariots above us, man. So it said not even rain's gonna touch us, man. Let alone fucking heathens, man. Come on, man.
Right.
This nigga is tripping.
Make it make sense. Let's read that verse, Revelation 20:9, and I got one more, and we'll just wrap it up because the point is made here. I'll play the last little bit of it. Let's read that verse 9. Matter of fact, finish it out. Finish out verses 9 and 10.
Okay. Revelation 20:9. It says, and they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city.
Right, because Jerusalem is a people before us, a place. So at this time, this is dealing with the persecution of the saints. Esau is going to come after the saints of the Lord. He's going to come for the elect, because we're in that time where he's trying to fulfill his as we read in Job, the 20th chapter, the fullness of his sufficiency. He's trying to fully bring in this new world order. Right?
That's right.
Read on.
It says, and fire came down from God out of heaven and devoured them.
Yeah. So not only you're going to have ICBM nuclear destruction, but you're going to have Yahushua come back with the heavenly host, and he's going to come with the chariots, and he's going to bring fire. Isaiah 66 and verses 15 and 16. All right.
Mm-hmm.
The slain of the Lord should be many. He's coming to plead with all flesh with that fire. Go ahead.
And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever.
Yeah, so this system, man, this beast system, all right, his false religions, the Roman Catholic Church, all these false religions, everything that's tied to this system is going to be destroyed in this nuclear fire, man.
That's right.
Right, that's what's going to happen. Psalms 58 and 7 and 8, it talks about how pretty much the Lord is going to melt this man's empire, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So let's play this out. We'll finish the last, I got one more scripture. Let's finish this madness out, and that'll be it.
They got to get all the nations in agreement with that thing first. So read it again.
And they went up on the breadth of the earth and compassed the camp of the saints about, and the beloved city. And fire came down from God out of heaven, and devoured them.
And devoured them. Good.
And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophets are.
So where America and the 7 heads and 10 horns and the church system are already at. So let's let you know time has gone by. Let's go back to Ezekiel 38 now. So I'm going to say something else. Don't let black Hebrew Israelites fool you into saying Ezekiel 38 is today. These black Hebrew Israelites get that dumb doctrine from Christians.
First of all, why is he calling us that?
Right. Madness, man. It's dealing with today. These prophecies, as I went into the lesson yesterday, it's clearly happening in these times now, man. All right. Let's play a little bit more. We'll get that last scripture.
Christians will read Ezekiel 38 and go, that's today. Have we reigned with Christ 1,000 years yet, brothers? No, we have not. So now we're in Ezekiel 38. Come on.
Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against God, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech, and Tubal, and prophesy against them.
So this area is that area of Khazaria. Put the map up. I want Russia. I want Khazaria.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it, man. You know, that's another portion. We just want to get into the fact of how he made mention that these nations were going to form a coup against us in that 1,000-year period while we're ruling. They're going to set up a coup and attack us. Madness, man.
Cap.
So real quick, let's just get Isaiah 60 and read 5 through 14, and that'd be it. Unless you had anything else, we just want to address these points, man. This dude is out of there, you know.
Isaiah 60 and what?
Let's start at 5 and read to 14.
This is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 5. Then shalt thou see and flow together, and thine heart shall fear and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee. The forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee.
Right. So we're gonna inherit the forces and substance of the heathen, man. Okay, they're going to be part of our substance, man, and our inheritance. Pursuing the Psalms, the 2nd chapter, he said, "I should give the heathen as inheritance unto thee, man." We're going to possess these nations, man. Literally. Go ahead.
It says, "The multitude of camels shall come over thee, the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah, all they of Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and incense. They shall show forth the praises of the Lord. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nebaioth shall minister unto thee. They shall come up with acceptance on mine altar, and I will glory with the house of my glory. It's like I shall glorify the house of my glory."
Exactly. Go ahead.
Who are these?
He's going to glorify Israel, man. Go ahead.
Right. Who are these that fly as the cloud and as the doves to their windows? Surely the isles shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from afar, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua thy power, and to the Holy One of Israel, because he have glorified thee.
So these nations are going to bring their sons and daughters, right? They're going to bring their gold and their silver. They're going to bring their substance to us. All right. Because we're going to be the ones that's in power. We're going to be ruling. Go ahead.
Yeah. Just like how these heathens suck up to Esau now, they're going to be trying to do the same thing to us in the kingdom, man.
Gun.
It says, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls.
Yeah. See, the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls. The heathen are going to be put to work. All right, during that 1,000-year period, they're going to be working. Remember, this is good. This is a rebuilding of the planet Earth post-nuclear destruction. All right, bodies have to be cleaned up. The Earth has to be restored. Pollution, whatever, everything is going to get put back in proper order, man. The Earth is going to get cleaned up. Read on.
I had a quick one. Ezekiel chapter 39, verse 14. and they shall sever out men of continual employment, passing through the land to bury the passengers, those that remain upon the face of the earth, to cleanse it. After the end of 7 months shall they search.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the point being, like you said, continual employment. All right.
Yep.
The building up of the kingdom, the cleaning up of the dead bodies. And, hey, you're going to be working like how we work in the plantation, man. Okay. Hey, you every day except the Sabbath and the high holy days, man. Your ass is going to be working, man.
That's right.
All right. So back in Isaiah 60 and verse 10, it says, and the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls, and their king shall minister unto thee. For in my wrath I smote thee, but in my favor have I had mercy on thee.
Yeah, this is the mercy of the Lord, man. We caught hell, went into slavery, right? Lost our identity, right? But the mercy at the end of it all is that we're going to have the kingdom, and we're going to be the rightful rulers of the planet Earth.
Yeah.
Right?
And it only makes sense for them to build up our walls, man, because they continually destroyed our our kingdoms in the past, man. You know,
God.
they're still destroying us now. Real
Right.
quick, Isaiah 61 and 4, it says, and they shall build they shall build the old waste, they shall raise up the former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, the destruction of many generations. So they're going to continue, to build up our stuff, man. All our kingdoms, however you want your palace, you want your everything, man. The heathen are going to be at your service, man.
Okay.
Verse 11, back in Isaiah 60 and 11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles, and that their kings may be brought.
Right. So this how the hell is a coup going to be formed, man? These nations are going to be in subjection, bringing their substance unto us, the silver, gold, precious stones.
Yep.
Right. Everything, man. Anything that's worth a value of substance is going to be brought to us. Right. The forces of the Gentiles. Right. Go ahead.
Fine. And if I could make mention, it says that our gates are going to be open continually. If we're never going to close our gates, that means what? That we're never going to be in fear of anybody, coming in on us, man.
Right.
Verse 12, for the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
So there ain't going to be no goddamn coup. All right. And it ain't going to be no nations coming together against us, man. The nations that choose not to serve us are going to perish and be utterly wasted, man. That's the rod of iron.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
What did Yahushua say, man? Those that will not worship me, bring them before me and slay thee. Roughly paraphrasing. It says, the glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee, the fir tree, the pine tree, and the box together to beautify the place of my sanctuary, and I will make the place of my feet glorious.
Man, the kingdom of heaven is going to be glorious, man. Right?
Man.
Go ahead.
The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee, and all they that have despised thee shall bow themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Lord, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Man.
Right. So we're going to have our reverence. We're going to get our reverence back, man. And these nations are going to bow to us, man. Not this theatric shit that you see these different Israelite camps doing now. Where you got Esau bowing, you got Jay got his foot on his chest on the damn on the thumbnail to get some fucking clout and attention. Right.
Yeah, right.
Come on, man. This is going to happen in the kingdom when we're going to be in power, man. All right.
Because you said it earlier, man. That reverence is coming back, man. These nations are gonna look at Israel in awe, man. And I got that real quick. This is Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Because remember, Psalms 2 tells you they're going to come and seek out, the wisdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua from the Israelites.
That's right.
Says, and for what nation is there so great who have Yahweh Shem Yahushua so nigh unto them, as the Lord our power is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgment so righteous as all in this law, which I set before you this day, right? So, like you were saying, okay, these heathen are going to be bringing their sons and their daughters and everything to try to get in good with us so they can be around us, man, so they can learn of the wisdom that we have of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, man. You know?
Mm-hmm.
That reverence is coming back.
That's right. That's right, man. So that's what's coming, man. I don't know what this guy's talking about. You know, it's not going to be any rebellion, any coups. These nations are not going to form coups against us, man. All right. We're clearly going to be in power in the kingdom of heaven. The kingdom of heaven is going to be an actual government established on the earth, man. The house of David, man, where
That's right.
the law, statute, commandments are going to be the standard. All right. Which the earth is going to go back to righteousness in that manner. You know? So yeah, brother, that's pretty much all I had. You had anything?
That was it.
That's it, man. So, Lord willing, you know, this lesson was edifying, man. There's a lot of madness, but as we read, whose mouths must be stopped, man. You know, plenty of deceivers and vain talkers of the circumcision, man. So, hey, we're gonna close it out by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Hey, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect, who's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers.
Shalom.
Shalom to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.